What up? It's your boy Outlook back here again for another Outlook. Let's see. So you ever have those days? You know that episode of SpongeBob where like Squidward moves into that new neighborhood and then it just has that montage of him doing like the same thing every day and it just gets like dreadful and he just has that, every day he's just getting more and more fed up with what he thought he wanted, but that, day-to-day schedule just makes the days fly by and he just starts, getting all upset with life and stuff, So I was having one of those days this morning and, it's easy to get in those moods. I think for me what I realized today and that I kind of went through today was, the process of feeling that, but then being able to step back and look at that and be like, all right, I'm feeling this emotion. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. But how can I, essentially get out of that feeling, get out of that emotion? And so, I just got up, I went to the gym, after I got, like a good workout in, I felt a little better. Then, I got working, got into, just getting up and getting at it, basically, And what I realized is, it reminded me of this passage I read in this book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, where he talks about, people like to rely on motivation for action, right? Where they think that, all right, I'll get motivated and then I'll go get a bunch of work done and then, repeat that process, But the problem with that is motivation isn't reliable, right? If you could just get motivated and get everything done every day, then I think there would be a lot more successful people out there, But, there's days where, like today, for me, for example, I just woke up and I didn't want to do anything, right? I just felt like, here we go, another same day of the same shit, like feeling down, I wasn't motivated at all, But, in that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, he talks about, that's actually the wrong formula. The right formula is to do the action first. And by the act of doing the action, it actually creates motivation. And I think that's a great concept to start to implement, because what you realize is, like I was saying, motivation isn't always gonna work, You're gonna have those days where you wake up, you don't want to do anything. So those are the days when you can take this formula and understand the concept that, all right, I'm trying to get work done, but I'm not motivated. But, part of the issue, the flaw behind my work here is I'm relying on that motivation first before I do the action. So I know I'm not motivated, but, if you can just get yourself to just, all right, I'm going to do it anyways, and you get up and you start working, what you find is you start to get in what's called a flow state. And when you get in that flow state, then you can get that work done, because you almost start to forget you're working. You just almost become a product of your actions. You kind of step out and just let your body do the work. And, so that's what I did today. I really tried to take that principle to heart. And although I didn't have, motivation, I got up and I went and worked out, which I highly recommend. If you're ever feeling down, go work out. It helps a lot. It gets, your blood pumping. It gets those right chemicals in your brain being activated, and it can really make a difference. And, as I strive to reach the levels of success I'm searching for, it's going to require work that most people aren't willing to do, But in order to get things that other people don't have, you have to do what those people aren't willing to do. And that's not always easy, If it was easy, everyone would do it. So when you have those days where you just don't want to put the work in, sometimes it just takes, remembering that formula. It's action before motivation. But by taking that action, by literally forcing yourself, not giving yourself a choice, basically, you can you know, get going, get momentum, and then that momentum will turn into motivation, and then that motivation, you know, you don't have to rely on it, but it will be there. So yeah, hope you guys like that little outlook of the day, and keep doing what you're doing. Have a wonderful day. Peace.
Ice in my veins, just the ice on my wrist. Light up the mic when I tighten my grip. I'ma tighten the typing and Tyson with timing. I'm writing my stripe till I'm striving with bliss. I'm trying to win. If not, then I'm trying again. This got to work out, man, it's my only plan. I'll be damned if it doesn't, I know I'm the man. Flow is like always the pick in the axe. So in my zone, cause I know it will last. When they say that it won't, I roll over and laugh. Cause they only talk shit when they kissing my ass. Different in fact, mission is bigger than rap, bigger than figures and ass. Figure my fiction will last if I fix my configures with class when I deliver my raps.